They are architects of light, yet their faces have paid the highest price. In an entertainment world obsessed with perfection, the line between preservation and transformation has almost disappeared. This isn't just a story about appearance, but a journey of confronting oneself when the reflection in the mirror has been changed forever. Julia Tarasevich is seen as an icon of classic beauty, as if sculpted from stone. Unlike those who long for a complete transformation, Julia sought only a subtle way to preserve the youthful freshness she cherished. At 38, this simple desire led her to one decision: to trust common cosmetic procedures to gently slow the marks of time. However, what began as a hopeful choice quickly turned into a medical and emotional nightmare. When she opened her eyes, her face had been altered beyond recognition, swollen, discolored, and stiff. Even worse, she couldn't fully close her eyes, not even when she slept. Her journey was no longer about preserving beauty, but about fighting a legal battle against those she accused of negligence. This story stands as a chilling warning that even the smallest interventions can lead to unforeseeable consequences in the pursuit of perfection. In the 1970s, Lilia Guadalupe Mendiola Mayares, known to the public as Lin May, was a cultural whirlwind who captivated audiences across Mexico. She was a natural symbol of allure, but behind the dazzling stage lights and endless praise echoed a quiet insecurity about a small flaw on her face. Under the relentless pressure of an industry that worships youth and perfection, Lin May felt compelled to act. This invisible force led to a fateful decision, placing her trust in an unlicensed individual, a choice that thousands have made and continue to make in the frantic pursuit of rapid perfection. What had been promised as a subtle enhancement turned out to be a brutal betrayal. The substance injected into the icon's face was not a safe medical filler, but an inappropriate compound, allegedly baby oil, an act of negligence with devastating physical and emotional consequences. The face once admired by the public began to painfully deform, and tragically, the media turned her personal suffering into cruel entertainment, turning her trauma into a spectacle of mockery. It is a chilling reminder of how ruthless public opinion can be towards celebrities at their most vulnerable moments. However, Lin May refused to let this incident define her life. At 70, she did not collapse under the weight of physical changes or public judgment. She continued to perform, turning her own recovery into a statement of resilience and a resounding warning. Lin May used her painful personal experience to educate the public about the deadly dangers of substandard cosmetic procedures and the temptation of quick, unsafe fixes. Her final message is a powerful affirmation. True beauty is the harmony of dignity, mental strength, and resilience qualities. No injection can grant or take away. Carol Bryan was never pursuing fame or the illusion of eternal youth. She simply wanted to feel more comfortable in her own skin at 47. Like many other women, she hoped to soften a few wrinkles with a cosmetic procedure that promised quick, natural-looking results. But this small act of self-care turned into a serious health crisis when the substance injected into her face turned out to be banned liquid silicone. At first, everything seemed fine, but within weeks, her face began to swell, harden, and distort beyond recognition. This transformation caused her to withdraw completely, allowing only her daughter to see her. Years of exhausting treatments followed, culminating in a major craniofacial surgery that saved her life, but damaged her optic nerve, leaving her blind in one eye. Today, Carol has turned her trauma into purpose, educating the community about the dangers of unregulated cosmetic procedures. Her message is clear: never sacrifice safety for beauty. From a simple cosmetic procedure, Carol Bryan lost sight in one eye because a banned substance was injected into her face. She has turned her trauma into purpose, becoming one of the strongest voices of warning. Her resilience and her message, "Never sacrifice safety for beauty," is truly haunting. How deeply does this story stay with you, if you see her as a hero? Type number 2. If you find this story terrifying. Type number 5. Like and subscribe to the channel for more life-saving cautionary stories. Pete Burns, the artist behind the iconic hit You Spin Me Round, was a cultural force of the 80s. With his bold, androgynous, and unmistakably unique style, he redefined what it meant to be a pop star. But within him burned a desire that went far beyond fame to transform himself into a piece of living art. This journey began with a single intervention that seemed simple, a nose correction surgery. For Pete, it wasn't just about aesthetics. It was the first step toward crafting an outer image that perfectly matched the vision he held within. The door opened by that first surgery led Pete Burns into an uncontrollable territory of reinvention. Over the years, the number of cosmetic interventions reached an astonishing scale, not to preserve youth, but to achieve an imagined form sketched from the depths of his mind. Pete Burns boldly challenged every boundary, gender, traditional beauty, and personal identity, treating his reflection as an expression of self, pushed to the extreme of transformation. This journey became a relentless pursuit where the body itself was a canvas in constant revision and embellishment. However, this pursuit of living art came at an immense cost, horrific infections, and years of struggling with pain. Despite enduring these devastating complications, Pete Burns never expressed regret or considered stopping. His legacy is not only in music, but also a haunting declaration of bodily autonomy. His story continues to pose a profound philosophical question to society. Where is the endpoint of identity reconstruction through cosmetic intervention, and where does obsession begin without regret? Dennis Eyre, known as the Stalking Cat, never sought superficial fame. His transformation stemmed from a profound belief connecting his inner being with the physical world. A veteran and computer technician, Dennis embraced his Huron and Lakota heritage, believing his spirit animal was the tiger, and that he had a spiritual mission to align his appearance with that identity. This was a journey of self-reinvention, rooted in genetic and spiritual acceptance, not Hollywood vanity. Over the years, he underwent more than a dozen extreme body modifications to realize this vision, from lip splits, nose and ear, reshaping to subdermal implants and intricately tattooed tiger stripes across his face. While these changes might appear to outsiders as boundary pushing for Dennis, each step was a profound spiritual ritual, a way to harmonize body and spirit. His story, which ended under mysterious circumstances in 2012, remains a case study in personal identity and self-acceptance. He posed a deep question: who truly gets to define the meaning of being human? Jocelyn Wildenstein was once a symbol of ultimate power and opulence among New York's elite, walking alongside art-dealing billionaire Alec Wildenstein. Dubbed the Art Bride, she seemed to live in an untouchable world. Yet beneath that glamorous exterior lay a smoldering, relentless obsession with preserving youth and power, a psychological force that would come to redefine her entire legacy. The initial cosmetic interventions, once commonplace in high society, gradually escalated into a solitary, relentless race, with her own reflection pushing her further away from natural standards. This ongoing transformation sparked a media storm, earning her the infamous nickname Catwoman. Her face, once a symbol of wealth, became a global emblem of the extreme pursuit of artificial beauty. Jocelyn Wildenstein's cosmetic journey went far beyond altering her appearance. It ultimately led to the unraveling of her private life. A bitter, highly publicized divorce coupled with severe financial decline, culminating in a bankruptcy filing in 2018, revealed the enormous cost of obsession. Her story serves as a stark example of how the pursuit of appearance can devastate every aspect of life. Despite facing personal and public downfall, Jocelyn Wildenstein never completely vanished from the public eye. Her story remains a sharp, powerful warning about the dangers of crossing boundaries in the relentless pursuit of beauty. When the desire to transform oneself is pushed too far, it can blur the already thin line between self-expression and self-erasure. Her legacy is not just tabloid headlines, but a profound socio-psychological study of the invisible pressures on wealthy women and the question of whether controlling one's appearance truly brings power and happiness. Kenny Rogers, an irreplaceable icon of country music, was beloved for his rugged charm, world-weariness, and warm storytelling voice. He embodied natural authenticity, reflecting decades of experience and lived life. Yet even a legend with enduring appeal like him could not escape the invisible pressures of time and the relentless expectations of the entertainment industry. In 2006, he made a personal choice to undergo a subtle cosmetic intervention with the simple desire to refresh his familiar appearance. Unfortunately, the outcome strayed from its original intent, bringing profound disappointment to both Rogers and his fans. Overcorrection tightened his natural features, creating an unintended fixed expression that made his face appear unfamiliar and diminished some of the rugged masculinity that had become his trademark. Rogers did not shy away from the truth. He candidly shared his regrets, acknowledging the impact of aging pressures in a world constantly demanding youth. It was a heartfelt admission of the complex intersection between fame, aging, and personal image. Although he made personal mistakes regarding his appearance, Kenny Rogers refused to let them define his legacy. He continued to devote himself to his art, producing music and engaging in charitable work, affirming that true value lies in substance and actions. When he passed away in 2020, what remained in the minds of his fans was not the altered lines of his face, but the emotionally rich storyteller who used his voice to touch millions of hearts. Kenny Rogers' story serves as a profound reminder that physical beauty can easily change, but the grace, dignity, and spiritual legacy of an artist endure unaffected by time or fleeting missteps. Daryl Hannah, with her graceful portrayal of the mermaid in Splash, became an icon of natural American beauty in the 1980s. Her deep blue eyes and irresistible charm defined a sense of innocence and a timeless beauty. Yet facing the relentless scrutiny and harsh pressures of Hollywood to maintain eternal youth, even that perfect beauty began to shift. This is a story common to countless women in the entertainment industry, where natural aging is often seen as a professional flaw. Although Daryl Hannah consistently maintained that she never underwent artificial interventions, insisting that any changes were the result of natural aging, the increasingly taut lines of her face, along with the pronounced fullness of her cheeks and lips, fueled widespread public speculation. The delicate balance and harmony that once defined her unique beauty seemed to fade, evoking a deep sense of regret among fans and critics alike. The face of an icon became a map of unspoken questions reflecting the inner struggle between truth and external pressures. Today, Daryl Hannah has shifted toward a quieter life, dedicating herself to environmental activism, a commendable realignment of priorities. Yet her story remains a profound and meaningful reminder about the pursuit of eternal youth. It illustrates that at times trying to fight the natural flow of time can produce paradoxical results, diminishing the very unique and magical beauty that nature bestowed. Her ultimate legacy lies not in the speculation surrounding her, but in her steadfast pursuit of authentic meaning beyond the superficial demands of Hollywood. From the faces that once lit up Hollywood to risk-taking icons like Stalking Cat and Pete Burns, we've witnessed the non-negotiable price of the desire to change one's destiny. They got what they wanted, but was it freedom or a trap? Now it's your turn. Among the stories you've just seen, which reflection haunted you the most? Comment now with the keyword, the price, and share your thoughts on the line between enhancement and self-destruction. If you dare to face these unbelievable truths, hit like and subscribe now. We'll continue to unveil the secrets hidden behind the glamour. Don't miss out. See you in the next video.